Hi, Kelby here from Living on a Compass. I'm going to show you how to engrave pencils using a jig. To find this jig, I'll link it below. Put your material into the machine. I used proof grade medium draft board, but you can use anything. You might notice that I have nails in the honeycomb bed. I keep them here permanently because they act as a barrier so that my material doesn't slip over the edge. You'll see why this is important for accuracy later on. To begin, I open up file 1. You can place it anywhere on the wood. I'm going to start by cutting the size I actually need, so the other wood can be used for something else. If you have a bigger jig with more pencil slots, you won't need to do this first step and can use the whole piece of wood. Once I place file 1, I'll only cut the green lines and engrave or score the text. You can choose to ignore the text if you don't want it on your jig. The green circles at the top are to hang it up if you want to. When it's finished, remove the wood and place your pencil jig in the bottom right hand corner, making sure that it can't move anywhere. Open file 2, drag it in one piece to the centre of your wood. When you have placed it, select the black lines to cut and ignore everything else. Once your jig is in place, highlight over it and in the bottom left hand corner you'll see a ruler. Click on it and write down your coordinates. Make sure you write these down and save them, don't lose them. When you've done this, hit print. Lift your wood and remove the excess. Then place your wood exactly where you had it before, in the bottom right hand corner. Then put your pencils in. Make sure you hit engrave or score and ignore everything else on the jig. Double check your coordinates are still in the same place and haven't shifted. Then hit print. To engrave more names, you will need to open up file 2 in your design program. I use Silhouette Studio, but it doesn't matter which program you use. Make sure the file is grouped together so you don't move the jig apart, as it will throw your coordinates off later on. Choose your font and use the guides to place it in the centre. This will engrave the middle section of the pencil only. I then use the line on the left as a guide. You can change this if you want to engrave in a different spot on the pencil. Once you're happy, save your new SVG and upload to Glowforge. Save your new SVG file and open it back up into Glowforge. Always make sure the wood is placed in the bottom right hand corner of your machine. This will align your jig and coordinates to match up in the same spot every time. The only time you might need to recut a new jig is if Glowforge doesn't update, because sometimes it will throw everything out of whack. When you have dialed in your coordinates and hit print, you might notice that the jig will look like it has jumped out of position. Ignore this and don't touch or move your jig. Leave it as is and continue to go ahead and print. If you have followed these steps, it will be accurate every time. If you are still unsure, only engrave one pencil to begin with so you don't mess up the entire batch. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you've learned something new. If you have any questions, drop me a message on Instagram. I'll link it below.